Hi everybody out there, my name's Barry Dutton. I'm a community activist here in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. I happened to run for City Council in 2010, and since then I realized that everything going on in my City Hall may not be exactly as it seems, and it's probably going on in your City Hall too, wherever you're at. On April 8th, 2013, myself, Dan Hammond, a friend of mine and another community activist, and Walter Harris from Brainfeed showed up at Oshawa City Hall. Dan and I are currently banned from Oshawa City Hall. They won't tell anybody why and the reasons why. They won't debate me on it, but we're banned, so we're not allowed in City Hall. So we stood in front of the pouring rain in front of Oshawa City Hall that day. We were targeted by City Hall. They sent the K9 unit with the police by and several police cars for it's not a protest, it's a demonstration of support. Support what, you ask? We are standing with a Canadian flag that you'll see in this video coming up, just simply to support the troops, their families, and all of the support systems that our Canadian troops deserve and need when they go away to war, or when they're on training, or when they come home, which is when they actually need us to support them the most, I've found, because a lot of them have PTSD. There's a great group in Canada, and they happen to be based out of my area in the Durham region. And if you look up harasses.com or .ca, I'm gonna have to double check. 1 second. It is heroeshighwayride.com. There's no E in heroes. Just look that up, and I was proud to stand with Brainfeed and Walter and my friend Dan Hammond and a friend of mine, Chris, and a couple other residents out there in the rain and support. We call it the HHR, the Heroes Highway Ride, and just to support them as they went into City Hall, because they were basically being sued by City Hall for a measly $5,600 by a handful of councillors that wanted to, basically, I call it extortion, you can call it whatever you want, because bikers get together and raise a lot of money for organizations that support our troops. So that's why we were there that day, support our troops, and support a good man, Lou, and all of his support systems and all of his friends that are motorcycle enthusiasts. And the ride now has about 3,000 bike enthusiasts that get on the Heroes Highway, which is the 401 in Ontario. And that's the highway that runs from Trenton when we repatriate or bring back our Canadian soldiers that have fallen in duty that protect us. That's why we were standing there that day in support of the HHR as they were inside fighting for our troops. So I hope you enjoy this video that we've edited and stitched together, and you'll see it's fairly organic and fairly real, and it's probably going on in your town too. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you need more information, you've got Walter on Brainfeed here .ca, and you can go to BarryDutton.ca. And I thank Dan Hammond, as always, for coming with me and standing beside me as we fight the darkness at Oshawa City Hall and their right-wing police state agenda. They're trying to force down the throats of the good residents of this overtaxed city in Oshawa. Enjoy the video. How you doing? Sitting behind your computers, not out in the rain, not getting your civil liberties stolen from you by Oshawa City Hall. Hey again!
We're out in front of City Hall right now. There's a bunch of people in the back, and it's raining, as Barry said. What's going on, Dan?
Hey, good evening.
What's this sign about?
Oh, they're using public money and having private parties.
We've repurposed that sign for several things because, you know, when you look after the environment, you don't need to always use a new sign. So they keep doing the same things. They keep taking our public money out of our tax dollars, and they keep having private parties, private meetings, and it's all on film, and we know that. So why keep making new signs and wasting signs and ink when one sign will do for all occasions at the very undemocratic Oshawa City Hall, led by the heavy-handed right-wing agenda of Mayor John Henry, Roger Bauma on council, who never declares conflicts for his real estate business. How is that possible when you're in business 25 years? I don't know.
That's a bad business.
No, it's no transparency. Show them the sign. No transparency. That's Larry. That's Larry.
Another cruiser over there.
For that on YouTube from the summer of 2012. They were dispatched. Another cruiser just asked us questions for no reason. They're trying to get names and everything.
Actually, the cruiser that stopped and asked me questions just literally pulled away, and as she was coming by,
right after.
yeah, it was less than 10 seconds.
Here we are in front of City Hall.
Like I even asked you what you were doing, like what you were protesting, and you didn't even get finished saying, and the second cruiser was already asking you questions.
I'm just here to do my job. We're not doing anything wrong. You guys just keep filming.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've been treating me fairly decent and polite.
We would have talked to you more, but
I know.
we didn't have time.
I understand.
You guys have been banned from city property.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, you stay on the sidewalk, you're
We
fine.
already know all that. Yeah,
Okay?
we're
Well,
good.
we're just reiterating that to you. Okay?
Interesting that you've already know all that about me, but you're pulling up to ask us questions anyway.
Well, I'm brand new to this Oshawa since
There's
January,
we should
so
sit
I
down
do
and have
not
a
know.
coffee and I can teach you some things.
Then you
I'd
know
want
what?
that.
Call me anytime then.
Why was the canine unit dispatched with you?
Really? Because I know you, that's why.
You didn't know me.
Just came out to see his cruiser.
You pulled up, you knew.
No, I knew it was you before I got here. That's why I said I said I'll come over and talk to you. Because I have a good report here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right. So that's why I'm here.
But why is
And
it?
I'm bored, man. I gotta do something.
Hey?
I'm bored too. I gotta do something. I do all this.
I do know some of you guys have that to deal with as well. But let me tell you this as a taxpayer, you guys are on film on no less than 2 places. And you guys are now being dispatched with regional police dollars going up, regional budgets going up, several cruisers out tonight for no real good reason. Well, I was going to say harassing. You're doing your job. You're out, let me phrase this. It can be perceived by the public who will watch my videos, and you know they do, that you're harassing residents for no reason. Wait, we got a third cruiser pulling up now. Oh, lights. Good, yeah. Just good evidence. So here's the thing. Your time's being wasted. You know that I think your time's valuable. Okay? I have a rapport with some police behind the scenes. The fact of the matter, you guys keep getting called for no reason. These guys are stepping on our Section 2 charter rights. That's Mayor John Henry's domain. That's Councillor Roger Bauma's domain. That's Bob Chapman's domain, who's a big-time regional councillor now, isn't he? Making over 100 grand a year. And he's tied to the militia. He's tied to the agenda to harass residents for no good reason. I like you and get along with you. You shouldn't be here at all. So I'm saying the public needs to know who dispatched you and for what reason.
Okay.
I'm asking you questions.
You
I'm
were
allowed.
dispatched because you were banned from city property.
Am I banned from the sidewalk?
Well, we were dispatched to ensure that you are not on city property. You are not on city property.
You're
You are fine on the
dispatched
sidewalk.
What
Okay?
lawful
That's it.
reason were we banned?
That is it, okay?
What lawful reason?
We are not going to be part of your platform, okay?
Actually, you are.
Stand-
Actually, you are, because
Yeah,
you're on the
just stay on
Durham
the
Regional
sidewalk.
Police
Excuse me,
budget.
is there a court
Just stay
order?
on the
Pardon me,
sidewalk,
is there a
okay?
court order?
Let's go.
Can you show a court order?
Alright, take care.
Excuse me, can you show a court order?
If you
Can you
knew
show
that
a
was me
document?
before you showed up, you should know that this stuff's going to happen all the time. The public
Can you
are not,
show a document?
The public are not happy with your time being wasted.
Are you saying this is purely verbal?
And
is
why is
there
there a canine
documentation?
unit always dispatched when residents are questioning stuff? Why? Why are canine units constantly dispatched in the city of Oshawa? Any idea? Why are canine units dispatched, guys? Why are all these cruisers here from 3 or 4? This is a peaceful protest to support the troops of Canada. Mayor John Henry is calling the police, and so is Bob Dignan, that office right there in the corner. City manager Bob Dignan makes $270,000 a year. The city lawyers are up in there with him part of the time. All this stuff, we're on the sidewalk. Take a picture. We're on the sidewalk. This is public domain outside City Hall. Public resources continue to be wasted by the heavy-handed right-wing fascist agenda of John Henry, the mayor of the corporation of the city of Oshawa. These guys' times are being wasted. Your regional tax dollars, not just Oshawa. If you're in any of the 8 municipalities in Durham region, your regional portion of your tax bill is being wasted by all this. K9 unit, 3 cruisers, a 4th cruiser just before our cameraman showed up here. What's going on? We're out in the rain doing nothing but trying to stand up for the troops. What's wrong with this city? I'll tell you what. John Henry needs to go. In 2014, you vote him out. And you never vote back in Bob Chapman. And you never vote in Roger Bauma again. And you never vote in Nancy Diamond again. They all stand up for the stealing of your civil liberties. My name may be on the paperwork, but it's by extension through you, Canada. This can happen to your city and your family and your friends and your troops. And how would you feel? Somebody's got to stand up to these guys. You know what? The cops half the time are doing their job, but they know what they're doing. They know how far they can go. And they know every time they're called on residents. Never been arrested in the last 3 years of Oshawa City protests. No, I've never been arrested. Dan, have you?
No.
No?
Never been arrested.
Nobody's been arrested at all. So they're just showing up all the time, called by Henry, called by Bauma and Chapman and Diamond, called right there. I want you to look at that window. Are you telling me that right there, that window on the 2nd floor with the light on, that's Bob Dignan, the city manager. He's been watching us out here for 90 minutes, stand on sidewalk. He has a perfect view, and as far as I'm concerned, he may have been one of the people called to waste your tax dollars and further harass good residents standing up for all your rights because you're busy at home with your kids, or you're sick, or you're working 2 jobs, or you're a soccer mom or dad and you're working 3 jobs to pay these high taxes in Oshawa to get wasted on this type of harassment for doing nothing wrong? Really?
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, that's good.
K9
Can I ask
unit.
you a quick question?
Yeah, buddy.
You said that it's on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah.
How would I find your videos?
You got internet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
Walter's got his cards. He dropped here.
Oh, thanks, bud. Because I'd like to, I don't know much about your thing, but I'd like to find out more about it. And before I say either way, thank you. Before I say either way that I support
It's good to do your diligence. Maybe the police should have done their diligence before they showed up and wasted your tax dollars.
Yeah, but you know what? You made a valid point that they're only doing their job.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of them step across too far.
Yeah, but you know, you find that in any job. Like even at Tim Hortons, you know, they get a little bit of power at Tim Hortons and they take their job too seriously. So I just look at it like I was just standing here keeping my mouth shut.
Did you notice the more questions we asked, the police just backed away?
Of course.
Because some of the police are really, really good in town. Some of them are not so good, but it's like that in any town Canada or any town North America.
Or any
when
town
you
in the
push
world.
back and you ask proper questions, we're tired of their time and energies being wasted.
Well,
but why should my time as a resident activist be wasted?
No,
all the
I
cars
agree.
that drove by, my flag was down half the time, and I'm out here to hold up the Canadian flag. Is this hey, John Henry, you coward, you spineless, gelatinous coward. Bauma, why are you calling the police when we're holding up the Canadian flag? We know that you voted to send this protest tonight in front of legal services to take a good, hard-working activist, right, a guy named Lou, and all of his friends and his organization to honor troops. You want to take him to small claims court over $5,600 Canadian in the year 2013 for holding up a flag and honoring the flag and my country, which I love. You guys are fascists. You guys should be in court yourselves. Anyway.
The thing I did notice was that when that gentleman asked, was there a court order, of course the police didn't answer yes or no.
No, there wasn't.
And I'm sure there isn't, because to me it's like when you ask someone a question, it's like if I ask you a personal question, I'm going to ask you, but I don't want you to answer it. If I ask you like to
wash socks,
if you don't say anything, that tells me you do, because if you ask me the same question, do I like to
wash socks,
I'd have to tell you, I really don't think so. I don't know. I've never
Why?
seen one. But, you know, I mean, sometimes silence is speaks more than more than words, but anyway.
Real talk right there. That's awesome.
Well, again, I don't mean to be rude and say swear words, but
No, it's okay.
But I'm pretty much speak my mind, and sometimes my mind is wasted, so
It's okay. We've all been there.
Anyway, gentlemen, I'm gonna let you go for now. Good luck, and like I said, I will check everything out. You too. I will.
Check out the website.
I will. Thank you for coming and talking to us. You're welcome. Thank you for talking back.
Okay, so why would you want to watch the public meeting? What's going on in the meeting today?
Well, in any municipality, you've got, you know, roughly in municipal turnouts for votes, you got about a 31% vote turnout in the last Oshawa election. From municipality to municipality, probably the numbers don't change a whole lot. You've got an interested bunch of people. Some of us are standing here in the rain and have been for a couple hours. Just holding up a sign, holding up a flag. Section 2, Charter Rights and Freedoms in Canada. We're completely allowed to do that. The police time is being wasted, being called on us yet again tonight. Why? No arrests are ever made. But as soon as we start asking questions and cameras are running, the police just take off. If they're not comfortable enough to answer questions, they shouldn't come in the first place. But it's Mayor John Henry and Councillor Roger Balma, Nestor Pidrebecki, Nancy Diamond, right? It's always the same people causing the problems. John Aker some of the time, councillor, long time, regional, and Bob Chapman, ties to the militia, ties to all 4 branches of the military and the Navy and the Army here. What are we doing wrong? Like Canada, does this look, we're in front of a city hall in due process, holding up a flag to support our troops, to keep all of you safe. Nobody wants to ask questions in this town, and when you do, you get banned from property. That's not right. This is a public space, that's a public building, and this can happen to you. And there's a handful of us standing up for all of our rights. By extension through us, your Canadian rights and freedoms and your civil liberties are getting stolen from you too. It's a simple fact of the matter. There's nothing wrong with holding a flag up to support your country and support your troops. This is not what Canada is about. People shouldn't be banned from public spaces and City Hall no matter what's gone on. We've asked for evidence. None has been given. We have reason to believe that there's collusion going on inside City Hall. We're led to believe that we understand it's some of the top bureaucrats behind closed-door meetings with John Henry, the mayor, the city manager, Bob Dignan. You're a bully. You're all a bunch of cowards. You're a bunch of bullies. I wanted to debate you in camera in council last year with the cameras running, with the audio stream, for all the public to see what kind of cowards you are. None of you will come and debate me. You're never out front holding up the flag. You're always in the back door meetings behind public doors, holding closed door meetings, eating fancy cheese on the taxpayer dime, stealing our tax money for overfunded civil liberties stealing. You got the library issues right here, and you all know it. You guys are stealing everything from the taxpayers. You're stealing our civil liberties. You're stealing our civil rights. That's wrong. You're cowards. You need to grow a spine. Shameless behavior for all the residents of Canada and for Oshawa. And I'm not going to back down. I'm not going anywhere. You heard it.